Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and you're here for your free picks for the MLS for Saturday, September 30th. Well, guys, once again, we are gonna have a very busy evening on Saturday. We have 13 games in the MLS. We have a lot of games with the teams fighting to get to the playoff spot, to stay in the playoff spots. So get your free picks here, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and of course, feel free to comment on any of these videos, and I will be more than happy to reply to any of the questions you might have. I also do have a premium picks up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. You can click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up there, and there you can sign up for a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a monthly pass if that's something you want. Like I said, guys, 13 games on the schedule, and the first one is between Columbus and Philadelphia. Two teams that are high in the standings, two teams that are safe. They will be going to the playoffs, and two of the most effective teams in the league. Columbus has scored 61 goals so far this season. Philadelphia has scored 52, and Columbus at home has been one of the best teams in the league. With 38 score goals in 15 games, only 12 conceded goals. But because of the fact that neither team really has to push too much forward, I think they might be a little bit more relaxed and maybe focus a little bit more on the offense and trying to get as effective as possible. I'm going to go with both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 127, and that's going to be my pick for this one. Inter Miami will be playing against New York City FC in the next game, and they're definitely still in the play for the playoffs of the MLS. But now they haven't won any of their last two games. Luckily for Inter Miami, they will be getting Messi back for this game. I'm pretty sure he did not play in that U.S. Open Cup finale against Houston. It cost Inter Miami the win, in my opinion. But overall, they did not look well in that game. And luckily for them, they're playing against NYC here, who is on a good run, undefeated in their last 5 games. But this is a team that has only one win so far on the road this season. And we know that Inter Miami needs a win here. They desperately need it. So I'm going to take a gamble here, and I'm going to take Inter Miami on the money line at minus 104. I think it should be a great game for them. They're definitely due for a nice performance. So Inter Miami on the money line. New England is playing against Charlotte in the next matchup in the MLS, and here we have two teams with a bunch of draws over the last 5, 6 games. New England hasn't won any of their last 4 games. Charlotte hasn't won any of their last 5 games, but it's New England actually who's still undefeated at home this season. So in this game, guys, I'm gonna go with both teams to score simply because I think Charlotte will try to get to the scoreboard here, snap that negative streak they are on, and get back on the winning track. But I also don't think they can do it by keeping a clean sheet here. So New England against Charlotte, both teams to score. New York Red Bulls and Chicago are also two teams who are fighting to get to the playoff spot. And despite the fact that Chicago hasn't won any of their last 9 games, they're still very well within the reach of the playoffs. And if they can get a win here, they will be in it, and their fate will once again be in their hands. As far as Red Bull goes, they did get a win in their last game against DC United. They won 5-3 on the road, which was quite surprising, if you ask me. But as we can deduce from that, they don't have the defense, neither does Chicago right now. So instead of choosing the sides, I'm going to go with both teams to score in this one, minus 132. I think this is a great price. It might be even better if you put it in a double with something else, maybe with that New England and Charlotte pick. So get nice plus money out of it. But the Red Bulls against Chicago, both teams to score. Orlando will be playing against Montreal, and Montreal seems to be dropping further and further from the playoff race. They're now without a win in their last 5 games, while Orlando actually hasn't lost any of their last 12 home games, but they also haven't won any of their last 3 games against Montreal. Now, we know that Orlando is a very, very good team when it comes to scoring goals, especially at home, where uh, they have 25 scored goals in 15 games, but they are also conceding more than a goal per game. So this is a good opportunity for Montreal to get a positive result, maybe even a win. But I'm going to stick to goals in this one. I'm going to take over 2.5 goals, minus 152. Should be a good game, and hopefully we see some goals. Toronto is hosting Cincinnati the next matchup, and we know that Cincinnati is at the top of the table in the MLS. They have 62 points so far this season. They have been probably the most consistent teams in the league this season. And even though on the road they are actually without a win in their last two games, we know that Toronto is horrible this season. They have four wins, six draws, and five losses at home, and they are on a three-game losing streak. They also haven't scored a goal in their last two games, so I'm gonna take a bit of a chance here and put my faith in Toronto to get a goal at least at home. So I'm gonna go with both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 136. Next, we have the Texas Derby, guys, between Houston and Dallas. Now, Houston is coming off of a win in that U.S. Open Cup against Inter Miami, and the morale is quite high right now. The mood is great. They have won a trophy earlier this week, but I think that was a pretty taxing game for them, and they might be a bit tired. Now, on the other side, we have Dallas, the team that's trying to secure the playoff spot. And because of the fact that Houston was playing earlier this week, I think that Dallas has a decent chance here, to be honest. So I'm going to take Dallas on the double chance here at plus 104. Thanks to the books for putting them as such big underdogs because we are getting the double chance at such a great price. And the pick that's going to cover us on two out of possible three outcomes for plus money, I'll take that any day of the week. So Dallas on the double chance. Minnesota and San Jose is the next matchup in the MLS, guys. And Minnesota is now without a win in their last five games. They have been more solid at home than they have been on the road. And luckily for them, San Jose on the road hasn't been that great this season. They have three wins, eight. They actually have two wins, five draws, and eight losses. They are scoring less than a goal per game, and they're conceding about a goal and a half. So I think this is a great chance for Minnesota to get back on track, and I think they will get a win here. But I will instead take Minnesota team total over 1.5 goals, and that's minus 148, just in case San Jose decides to show up in this game. Uh, I'm rather going to take Minnesota team total goals. Nashville will be hosting Seattle in the next matchup, guys, and both teams are playing decent football right now. And in my opinion, both teams are safe. They will be playing in the playoffs this season. And in the head-to-head matchups, Seattle has actually never beaten Nashville in the past. They have played only two games. Yes, both of those games have seen only one goal each. But we have two teams that are scoring a lot of goals right now, especially Seattle, who has five goals in their last three games, seven goals in their last four games, and Nashville has actually been scoring pretty consistently, both at home and on the road. So in this game, I do like goals, but I'm going to go with the draw at plus 250 simply because we have seen a lot of draws with both of these teams, and I don't think there's much difference in the quality between the two sides. So Nashville against Seattle, I'm going to go with the draw. St. Louis is hosting Kansas in the next matchup in the MLS, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. When I was making this backgrounds, the price on St. Louis was plus 120. The price right now is plus 100, even money. That means that there's a lot of money coming on St. Louis here. The books are expecting them to win. The people are expecting them to win, and I tend to agree with that. I know that Kansas is on a good run. They are solid, mostly at home, but I think that St. Louis will get this one, and for that reason, I'm going to take St. Louis on the money line. Colorado and Austin is the next matchup in the in the MLS, and here we have two very sloppy defensive teams. Two teams once again struggling a lot. Austin hasn't won any of their last nine games, and if they want to reach the playoffs, they have to get back on the winning track. Now, Colorado might be the perfect opponent to do that, especially because they were playing earlier this week against Vancouver in a 2-2 game, and the last four games for Colorado have gone over 2.5. Uh, the last four of five have gone over 2.5 for Austin. We have seen both teams to score in their last five games in a row. So I think the goals are the way to go in this game, guys. And over 2.5, it's minus 129, which is insane if you ask me. And we simply have to take advantage of that price. Galaxy is playing against Portland Timbers in that matchup on the West. That's a 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time game, and you know what? Portland was on an amazing run. They are undefeated in their last six games. They have five wins in those six games, and all of a sudden they found themselves in the playoff spot. Galaxy on the other side is still fighting for that playoff spot, and they have been doing a decent job. They have lost only one of their last six games, and they could definitely use a win here. Now, when playing at home, Galaxy hasn't lost to Portland in their last three games. But we know that defensively, Galaxy is very, very sloppy. And their last four games have gone over 3.5 goals. We've seen both teams to score hitting more often than not in their games recently. So once again, I'm going to take goals instead of the sides. And both teams to score at over 2.5, minus 134. That's more than good enough for me to take it. And I will be happy to do so. Vancouver and DC is the last game of the day in the MLS, guys. And here we have two teams fighting for the playoffs, especially DC, who is within reach, while Vancouver actually is in the playoff spot right now. And this is the first home game they have played in a while. Before this game, Vancouver has played seven games in a row on the road. They have lost only two of those seven. They got three wins and they got a couple of draws as well. But now they're playing at home in front of their fans. It's been a while. They will go for the win. They will definitely score a couple of goals, in my opinion, because they have a lot of offense to show for. And once again, guys, for that reason, I'm going to go with goals. And that's both teams to score at over 2.5 at minus 107. Should be a very, very fun game to watch and to end the Saturday. So, Vancouver against DC United, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me here. These were free picks from the MLS on Saturday. I hope you had a great day betting, guys. I wish you good luck. And of course, stay tuned for more free picks coming up to the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel soon.